use fair value apps all the way from the 5 minute to the daily. And actually today I think I used it on 1 minute only because of that news. Generally speaking, anything above 5 minute. Today I used it on the 1 minute just because it was very volatile during the news, but I usually don't use the 1 minute. Because the wick went into the fair value gap, would you consider a false fair? Why would it be false? The whole purpose of the fair value gap is to rebalance. This is valid until we close below. Any trade in here would be valid until the candlestick itself, the body has to close below the fair value gap. If it just wicks, that's fine. What indicators I use? I don't know if you consider these indicators or more like concepts, but you can add them. They're called like fair value gap and then order blocks. This red line is the VWAP. VWAP is probably the only indicator I actually use. But even then, I just use it as confluence. I don't take any trades solely based on this. What do you mean, how do you identify? So fair value gaps is just basically an imbalance. So if I remove this indicator, and this is the hourly time frame. Anytime we get a push and there's no wick, this whole area is a fair value gap, and I can just draw it manually for you. And I think yesterday I did this on stream, I believe for Google and Apple. I might have already deleted them actually. What was the other one we're watching? AMD or Microsoft? I guess I already deleted them. Yeah, that's a good point. If you go on the education channel, look at the first book I published. Thank you for mentioning that. Also, all three books I have in that channel, they're free and they're a great resource to start off at. All right, market opens 1 minute. I usually don't trade anything the first 15 minutes. I like to see some type of a structure or just something to form where I can read the price action better. The first 5-10 minutes is just gambling, in my opinion. And then for options, I'll wait after 10:30, just for the IV and premium to go down. They're too expensive the first hour in the market. If you guys want me to watch anything, just let me know. But I'm gonna leave NQ open. Majority of my positions are probably less than 30 minutes, to be honest with you. But my swing trades are probably like 1 hour to 2 to 3 days. But if I call out anything today, like after 10:30, you'll notice like most of our trades we get out probably within 30 minutes. Do you guys want to go back to the lounge call just so Piper can stream as well? I'm not sure why this is limited to 50 users, and some people aren't able to join. So if me and Piper stream, we can get up to 100 users. All right, I'm gonna end the stream and go to lounge. Hey, Piper. I changed the settings where you guys should automatically be muted now. Because yesterday I had to keep muting people since their mics were hot. To talk, look at your Discord settings if you guys want to say anything and call.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Awesome. How are you, man?
How are you, Target?
Good.
Good. How's the opening? I had lunch a bit late today, so
Oh, that's right. You're like 8 hours ahead. I just had my breakfast. Yeah. Did you trade anything?
uh, oh no, I'm opening everything now. I haven't seen anything yet.
Okay.
Bit late. Having my coffee. I fixed the coffee machine yesterday.
Nice.
So Friday, What do we have today? Core retail sales came out lower, lower. Okay, they're selling. People are having problems to get to the end of the month.
AMD looks good. We're probably gonna break yesterday's high and probably keep going. We have some type of trend forming now. I'll look at this once it breaks. What else we have? Apple looks good. This is actually good for a swing trade. I might grab this in my swing account. I think we'll break last week's. I'm gonna wait an hour for some structure form and for the options to get cheaper. But this is looking good. Pipe, you're not streaming, by the way. Yeah, because
One sec.
I'm at the 50 limit. There's some people trying to join.
Okay, so yeah, you have to. Someone has to stream.
For people that can't join my stream, they can watch yours if you want to.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'm on now, I think. Yeah, should be on.
Um, Fair value gap and sweeps are the two main things. Order blocks, a lot of times they don't work. It's mainly on the conviction of the market and where we're headed. This technically could have been an order block right here. We ran right through it because we took our liquidity here, captured some shorts, and ran right back up. So like I like marked them out, but I wait for the like the hourly candlestick to close and see what happens in that order block. Sometimes we can test and reject. Maybe it might be more clear on NQ. Let's take a look. This one would have worked, for example. We had an order block right here on the hourly, went back, tested it, and then if you would have waited 2-3 hours, you saw we kept hesitating, and then we finally had an hourly close below the previous candles, and then this would have been a short right here. So they're good to mark out, but I don't take trades based on them until there's a confirmation. Is there any tickers you guys watching for today? I mainly just watch tech stocks. Also, whoever asked about the fair value gaps earlier, here's an example on QQQ on the 15-minute. We had a nice doji closure on a 15-minute. We took out liquidity points here, 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 all in the 15-minute. And then if you wait for the next candle close, which was really bullish, you can draw out this fair value gap right here. Look how many times we retested it. And this one would have been valid because we took out liquidity first. I think I took this on NQ because it's the same thing. Obviously, options markets closed before then, but if you trade futures, this would have been on NQ if you would have taken that. That's 50 points. I think that's like $1,000 right there on one contract. I wouldn't rely on indicators, Quindale. It's better to have naked charts. Or just use TradingView on the side. That's what I usually do. On Top Step, I have no indicators, and TradingView, I may have like just one or two. But I had this stuff on because like it may be helpful for some of you because I don't mark them all out. But let me tell you something about indicators. They don't work most of the time because everyone's using the same thing. If they were the holy grail, why wouldn't just everyone just use indicators? There's a reason why like majority of them don't work. They should just be used as confluence based on whatever you're trading or how you trade. If this 15-minute candle closes like this in the next 5 minutes, this will be considered an order block right here. Just open TradingView and other monitor. But it's better practice to mark them out yourself. Because if you have the fair value up in the 1 minute, it gets really messy. There's just too many of them. Doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, that is true. I have the yearly subscription for TV. Is it delayed for stocks too, like on QQQ and SPY, or is it just futures? Also, for the people that can join, I'll start streaming on YouTube maybe end of next week. Yeah, Sasquatch, I just saw that, but someone mentioned using the stage yesterday, then I Googled it, and it says it allows up to 1,000 members on a Discord. So I don't know if they recently changed it down to 50. The server's boosted to level 1, and it's still limited to 50. It says it's capped at 50 for whatever reason. Like I said, I'll start doing on streaming on YouTube next week. I won't be back home until Thursday or Friday. I'll be headed towards the conference.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Just making sure push to talk works. You said you're off next week,
Well,
or
Monday's a
like
holiday.
you're gonna be busy.
Monday's a holiday, and I'm gonna be in a conference, I think Monday to Thursday. Monday to Thursday, I'll be gone. So I may just call out swing positions then, but probably no day trades.
That's chill. Swing is cool. Do you look at like a longer time frame?
Yeah.
Since swing trades like they're over a couple days. When you're looking at the charts, it's like 15-hour chart.
It also depends on what account I'm taking on. I have currently 3 accounts. I have the Robinhood Challenge account, which is kind of more risky. They're more shorter term. Then I have a swing account that I do up to like 10K position, and those are generally like 1 week to 2 months out. And then for my long term, I do leaps like 4+ months up to a year. But obviously, the further out you go on expiration, they get really expensive. So even if I do call them out, they may be like 2 grand or 20 grand for one contract.
Yeah, that might be over some people's
Yeah,
budgets.
no, I get it. So like on a swing account, I'm trying to look for stuff that are like only 1 or 2 week in advance. I think so far the Google, Apple, and Microsoft one worked out well. Let's see.
The AMD one, I threw it on my watch list, played with it, and it's up like 150 from when you called that one too.
AMD went up more like 400% because when we were buying, it was like a $1.40 a contract. Yesterday, it went up to like 450 or something like that. So I was like 300%, but it did tank a lot. But I probably made it back today. Oh, you said Apple?
I said AMD, and yeah, you're right. Looking at its price
Even
yesterday,
even
yeah, that shit
even
was up.
Tesla, I think went up like 500% because we called it out was a $7, and last I looked at it was like a 24. If anyone's into the stream, by the way, I wait till after 10:30 to trade any options. They're too expensive the first hour. And if you ever like monitor the price and the options contract are like following, you'll notice there's no movement. The options will go down like 20%, even though we're at the same level. So it's always best to wait an hour for options, even for gapping up or down, because the premium will just eat you alive. Damn, we got 6 boosts already? Thanks, guys.
SMCI chart is kind of interesting right now.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't chase this, but this looks good. It's a
No,
monthly breakout.
I'm not chasing it, but I'm just wondering why it's up like 10%.
They've just had earnings.
Oh, they did?
That makes sense.
What are you waiting for with Amazon?
I kind of want the daily to break this week, but we may not get it. But we open up bearish, we retested. So if this breaks this order block right here in the 15 or the 5 minute, I think we'll keep going lower. But if we break yesterday's low, I may buy this on my swing account. But also look at the 15-minute. We open bearish. Next 15-minute, we retested the open, and now we're reversing back. So if we can break this order block in 5 minute, we'll go lower. I like Marksoft. I picked it up on my long-term account. I really think this potentially is the bottom, but we also have some zones here we can break. But I don't think we're gonna break this low here from August. But if you mark out the daily lows, we have this one that already broke, but the next one can be right there. So on my long-term account, I don't care. I'm holding this for like months, so I'm not really looking into this. If you want to take a swing position, just do like a small size. But even then, we have holiday Monday, so I wouldn't swing anything today. It's a 3-day weekend. For AMD, if we break yesterday's high, we may manipulate around the high and then go back down. So I have an alert, like a 115-ish. Once we get there, I'll pay attention to it. Oh, we were looking at Amazon. It just needs to break the low of this 5-minute here, which is 228. But it all depends on this 15-minute. We'll see how we close. Wow, look at Meta. We had like 20 green days in a row. This is insane. For Apple, Sasquatch, if we go to 247, I think we're going to break this, or at least hover around this area. On the hourly, I like how we broke this. Then we had days of consolidation and just broke out and never went back. Like we had a lot of buy opportunities here, and even now, I think this is still a good buy for our swing. Are you grabbing 0 DTE? I mean, you can, but I would go for swings because you don't know how long this is going to take. If it's not today, they'll expire worthless. So I'll give at least a week expiry. Because buying calls here now, I feel like it's chasing. I would personally want some type of retracement first. Like even just a 25% or 50% retracement, and then maybe buy calls. But the 0 DTE calls are pretty cheap. They're like 75 cents or 80. If you want to day trade this, you can probably get an easy 10%.
For what play for Apple?
Sorry?
What are you thinking about for Apple for 10%? Like
Oh,
what play?
Sasquatch was asking about a day trade for it. But like me personally, I would want some type of retracement, even though Apple is known to like just keep going up. So you could get lucky. You can like buy right now and get that 245 or even 246. But I don't like chasing. Looks like 245 is hitting right now. Wait, what was oh, it was Amazon. I'll probably take at least one trade today. I do have to leave at 12:30, so hopefully something within the next 30 minutes.
Do you think a MACD is
I
useful?
haven't used that in like 6 years.
Um,
That's my answer.
fair.
Indicators, I'm not saying they're awful, but just use them as confluence. Don't rely on them. Don't ever take a trade just based on what the RSI, MACD, or review apps. Think about it. You and millions of other retail traders are all looking at the same thing. Why would it work for all of you? It doesn't make sense for everyone to be looking at the same thing. Then who's moving the markets? Trading is not that easy, man. I wish it was. But go ahead, throw them on a chart and use them as confluence. They probably work for scalps and quick trades, or maybe long term. Just don't rely heavily on them.
MACD especially, MACD RSI. It's never my only thing, but
RSI, I used to use it for my swings, and I would only use it on a daily. If something was oversold for a few days or a few weeks, it would be bound to bounce because of oversold levels. So that's when I would look at it. But also on low time frame, something can be oversold for literally days. Imagine if you saw it on the 5 minute, you're gonna be trapped. If you want to use it, just use it for a quick scalp, quick day trade. Don't rely too heavily on it. I'm actually kind of liking AMD here. We have this fair value gap right here. I want it to hit the 50% level, then see how it reacts. I should make this red. I'm kind of liking AMD here. We had a quick drop. I want it to reverse and close above now. I'm gonna wait for the 50-minute candle to close first. See how far down we go. Let me just put an alert right here. The sentiment for our QQQ is still bullish, so tech may rally for another hour or two. But we're at a huge resistance area here. Maybe I'll target this high, which we barely missed. I do like how the Qs are forming the 5 minute though. We'll probably keep grinding up.
would that be a liquidity sweep in the top left? The long wick on the short green candle?
This one?
Yeah.
I would consider this more of a retest because we didn't actually grab any of these bottom wicks. But on the 5 minute, we retested right here. But we didn't really break. This seemed like it was just a rebalance. Where was this? Yeah, sweeps usually like we mark out, you take out previous levels. Like here in the 15 minute, we had a wick here, wick here, wick here. That was all taken out on this 15 minute. That would have been a sweep right here. But this one's more just of a rebalance.
That makes a lot more sense.
I'm kind of like an AMD here, but I just don't like how we didn't take this wick out here. This was the low of this was 113.18. We missed about a penny. So I feel like this may just be a bounce. So I'm gonna give this another 5 minutes for AMD.
What do you mean by you didn't take the wick out?
The
It's that
five
part.
minute, this 5 minute candle right here, the low of that was 113.18, which is right here at the bottom of this. Let me just remove this alert. So if I zoom in, that was the wick right there. And we missed it by 1 penny. Usually a lot of people have stops either at that level or right below. So I like it to like sweep this area, people get stopped out, and then big money traders get their orders filled and reverse. But we didn't get that here. Which is why I think it might be just a fake move. So I want that to break first before I take a trade.
Okay, thanks.
It doesn't always happen, but it's a good conviction. But also on the 15 minute, we did take out this one, retraced 50% of the fair value gap, so that could have been a good trade. But I wanted this to be taken out first. Especially with 0 DTE, you want the best possible entry. I'm not going to swing anything today. It's a 3-day weekend.
What are your thoughts on AMD since it can't take out that gap?
I like it. I may buy 0 DTE here for today. But I'm going to scale in. I want, okay, now it's just chasing. I wanted it to go back down to this level right here. Anything between 113.6 to 113.5, I may scale in if you get that retracement. Missed it, but I'm just gonna leave an alert if it goes back down there. I think I might just take QQQ instead if we go back down another 20 cents. Hit this area right here. I'll probably just take calls on that. In the money, so 536 calls. We might not get it. This might have been it. I might just start scaling in here. Yeah, I'll just do small orders. Alright, I got some filled.
And what's the price that you're hoping for it to reach?
Honestly, I kind of want to see this 50-minute retrace near the high as well, because the sentiment for QQQ is still bullish. And this 15-minute should hold right here. If we break below this wick, like close below it, then I'll close out. I think I got a 1.3 fill. What did you guys get?
I got a 1.35. I need to
Okay.
practice
Yeah, we'll just
scaling
scale in.
in.
So let's say you want to do 10 contracts. Just split them to like 3, 4 orders and just like layer them down like a ladder. In case we ever drop this much, you'll get small fills every now and then. I didn't get it filled in my last one. But here's still a good buy. 1.35 is good. All the way down to 1.3.
Yeah, it's a new concept you introduced that I
Again,
definitely want to play around with more.
why would you buy in all at once? You don't know the exact bottom or top of anything.
I would look at a contract and yeah, it's bouncing up or down. I see a good price and then it goes to a higher price. I don't want to be left out.
And as long as you do small positions. Alright, so stop would be below this closure. If we get a 50-minute close below this, that's where I'll stop out. And then first exit, probably above this 5-minute. And then I want the rest to target the high, honestly. What are we at right now? We're at 1.35, so it's basically on my entry still. I'm gonna put my first limit at 1.6 if you guys got the 0 TT. Alright, I think I'm up like, what is that, 10% now? Nice. Do you have
Yeah, I'm up like
1.6?
10, 12.
That's my first target. Hopefully we get that. I want this to quickly break this. Oops.
You think this is one we
I
can
generally
hold
would,
runners
man, but
on?
it's 0 DTE and I have to leave an hour, so I may scale out around here. But if you want to hold one con, just something very small, go ahead. If you made 10, 15% every day, that's really good. Yeah, but I really like this 15-minute closure. I see at least 537 again. But another thing with 0 DTE is like they kind of started decaying really fast. I think after lunch. So unless we get a crazy move up, they're gonna slowly start decaying. All right, we should get filled here in our first order soon. 0.55. I didn't hit 1.6, so I did hit my alert. Also, if this 30-minute closes right here, we're definitely going to run the highs. But there's still 11 minutes for that. All right, my first order got filled 1.6. I'm holding half still. depending how many contracts you have, you can just do 1 or 2 at each level. We're creating a fair value gap here. Oops. I don't think we should see lower than 5.3.
What do you like about the
This wick,
15-minute?
we didn't wick below this and we held. I like the way it closed. And this next 15-minute instantly retraced, so this was a good bounce. If this 15-minute closes below this, we should target the next one. A lot, yeah.
Like a
A lot of
higher
my trades are
lows?
based on the 15-minute closure. So this one closes in 9 minutes, but if we close above this, this is golden. You still holding any runners?
Yeah, I got 2. I averaged down a little bit too. Had 6, sold 4, holding on to 2. See what they
Yeah,
do.
if you want, let me check the limit orders. Probably put another limit order at like 1.73 and then hold 1 runner.
Do you ever do trailing
I
stop
used to, but now
losses?
it's just not, especially since I wait for the closure. This could have wicked here, but then just reversed back up instantly. If I just had a hard stop or a trailing, it might have gotten stopped out. So I wait for it to close and then I'll just close it myself. I don't want to become liquidity and just get a stop here, then have it get triggered, then just reversed. I'm gonna close half more at 1.73, and then I think I'm gonna force myself to hold the rest. I'm very bad at holding, but I'm gonna try for this.
That's a good idea, man. Your trades have been good so far. You just didn't
Yeah,
get
I
to
know.
profit off of them.
3 got filled. This may be temporary resistance, if it won, but honestly, just looking at sentiment, I think we're gonna blow through it. You holding through the win right now? Nice.
Yeah, I got one in the tank.
All right, that's basically the high I'm selling. Another half here. Did we hit the high? No, I think we missed it by a penny as well. I think we're definitely gonna keep going because shorts are definitely panicking. This 5-minute close really good. I see another 50 cents higher. And now since you're only holding one, just put like a mental stop if it goes back near 10% profit because you got 1.35, right? So I would just put a stop like, I don't know, put a stop like 1.5.
Yeah.
So at least you can cover and profits no matter what. All right, got filled more 1.9. Oh, it's this daily. All right, I'm just gonna close the rest once we hit that. The high of 537.48. So 10 more cents higher, I'm closing the rest. All right, we're about to hit it. We're at $2. What was that, like a 40% move in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes? All right, my last order
Yeah,
hit 2.1,
62 at the high.
and we just hit 2.09, and I just got filled. Wait, no, I didn't. It hit 2.1, why didn't I get filled yet? Oh, there we go. You ready for the screenshot?
Is that going?
24%, bro. That's insane. On the whole account.
Actually, same here. Yeah, 24 on the day.
Damn, bro. I literally call out every level since that. That's actually crazy. That was great. That was a great trade.